Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome to Renegade Supreme. Tim is, he's been abducted by some Louisiana gumbo makers because there was a snowstorm in Louisiana and they don't know how to drive, I think. I don't know. He's not here. I'm with Gabe. And this is Gabriel Casamassa, a legend. Gabe predicted, I'd just like to give you an intro. Gabe predicted all of the pedophilic elite that run the world before it became mainstream 5 years ago. Should I say that? Maybe that's not something we should put out there that you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I predicted it. I would just say that I knew about it and I tried to tell people about it. Nobody believed me. Everyone said I was a crazy conspiracy theorist, but...
Gabe, I believed you. Didn't I?
You did, but you were like...
No, I didn't. I'm fucking with you.
I don't want to talk about that, dude. Let's talk about positive things.
I believed you and then put my head in the sand. And then literally, because we worked at the beach.
We did, yes.
So, yeah, man. I met Gabe back in 2021, and we were working as beach boys at a hotel. I won't say the name. And Gabe knew everything. Gabe was in touch with how the world was ran. And why the fuck were you into that shit?
Well, so I actually had a friend who introduced me to everything. He really opened up my mind to the way that the world worked. I didn't know too much. I knew...
Should we call him Schmelin?
Yeah, Schmelin. My friend Schmelin. He really introduced all of the evil elitist things into my reality, I would say.
Okay. So you weren't looking it up until he started telling you about it.
Exactly. So when COVID happened...
He poisoned your mind.
He told me about COVID before COVID happened. So it was like... He predicted COVID. Crazy. He predicted the vaccines. He was a dude who was already like pretty well connected in the world. He had a lot of money and he traveled around and met a lot of other rich people. And, you know, he's in touch with some billionaires. So,
wait, this is Schmelin?
Yeah, Schmelin.
The Schmelin I know?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So that's how he... figured it all out, you know, because he's pretty well connected in his life. So we got a job together on a boat, which I will not mention the company, but it was in working with him that he, you know, we had some conversations about things, about nutrition and about you know, the weaponization of all the food in America, stuff like that. And then right before COVID, he just like data dumped me with everything, told me what was coming, told me not to take the vaccine when it comes out and that the vaccine itself would be weaponized against us, which he was right. And, and yeah, and then from there, I did my own research. I dove down the rabbit holes and, you know, spent some time on the dark web, saw some things that I didn't enjoy seeing. There's a lot of messed up things on the dark web once you really get into it. But
yeah, I mean, also we have millions of listeners, so just, you know, maybe filter out what you want to tell the world. We don't have. We have like 20 listeners.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
as long as you're cool with talking about this.
Yeah. I mean, guys, there's a lot of like sick, twisted shit on the dark web. They have
crazy.
rooms where you can pay to watch people being tortured.
That's insane.
Like, that's real. That's a real thing.
What's the URL just for research?
I don't remember.
But that's dark. Sorry, guys.
I won't be visiting those websites. But no, I mean, it's gnarly. It's gnarly. There's websites you can like go on and pay for people and things. And
you see, if I made a web like that wasn't the normal web, I would make rooms, instead of torture rooms, a room that's got like a dog and like a whipped cream dispenser, and like if you visit the website and hit the button, it would dispense some whipped cream
for the
dog could eat. Yeah.
See, yeah,
that's the antidote to evil.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, until the dog gets diabetes, right?
Damn, dude, fucking dark. And then they sacrifice the dog on the live cam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you telling me all these evil people are just Filipinos just eating dogs?
You know?
You heard it first here, folks. Okay, so you're finding out all this shit.
Yeah.
And it's blowing your mind, and then what happens?
And I would say that it really affected my quality of life. When you know too much, it's like there's just like you think about all this stuff and you are saddened by it, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you feel like you can do about it. You kind of feel like powerless, like, oh my gosh, all of this evil exists.
Yeah.
And I'm just a slave working my life away for the dollar.
Right.
You know?
You like really saw that you were a slave in a large system.
Yeah.
That isn't good at its core.
Right. And it's a system that's built to keep you where you are, you
Right.
know, because the dollar loses value every day. And, you know, you're trading your time for money, and eventually your time becomes worth less because the dollar is worth less. And it's like they basically want you to just work to death, and then, you know,
Damn.
it's like a big recycler of people.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'll never go on the dark web or like look up that shit. Besides like having fun.
Yeah.
But no. Because I think I know, like, I would become really depressed. You know, I really would not enjoy knowing those things. And it's like anything, like, you know, when you're a kid and you watch like a horror movie and then like you can't sleep and you're kind of fucked up the next few days, like kind of looking behind your shoulder.
Yeah.
But it's like real life.
Yeah, it's real life.
And you're fucking... But isn't that what evil is? You know, like if you go into the rabbit hole of evil, it doesn't end.
Right.
Because everything is infinite. So if you look down one path, you could infinitely find.
And see, the other thing that I realized is that the attention that you give things gives them power. So like
Right.
the more you see and worry about evil, the worse that evil gets. So like,
Ooh,
let me think of how to like rephrase
God
that.
damn.
Basically,
That was so good.
the way to better the world is to change the immediate reality around you, right? Because if everybody changes the immediate reality around them for the better, then evil starts to lose.
Like your community.
Like your community, exactly.
Know your neighbor, which no one even talks to their neighbors anymore.
Right, and they should. People should talk to each other more.
But I'm afraid my neighbor is like in the Epstein files. What do I do about that, Gabe? Help me.
Ask him.
What if my neighbor keeps looking through my window when I'm naked? What do I do?
Invite him inside.
Well, what's the scariest thing? What's the scariest thing? It's like, what if humans are way more fucked up on a mass level than we ever thought? And it's like,
well, see, and that's the thing, right? So we live in such a nice community, right. Such a nice place. Like, I mean, we're in a first world country, right? We're in the United States. Theoretically, right? And we're in a state that's very nice, and there's a lot of rich people, and there's little crime in comparison to other places.
Is what it's called. And we all know that's a good thing, right? No. But yeah, we're in a bubble.
Yeah, we're in a bubble, exactly. So you forget how the rest of the world is when you're here, because it's so different here than anywhere else. And I think that there is a lot more messed up shit that happens in the world than we're actually aware of, because we're in this bubble. And I noticed that, like, you know, if I travel someplace and, you know, say I'm like in downtown LA, right? And there's just like homeless tweaker zombies all over the place. I'm just like, whoa, like, this is very different.
Yeah, the fentanyl fleet.
Yeah, exactly. What's that place? Skid Row? You ever heard of that place?
Yeah. Not to be confused with Skid Mark Row.
Yeah.
Where no one's on drugs. They just all have skid marks on their underwear. This is another global epidemic we need to talk about. But sorry, continue.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever been to that place.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. They all have IBS and digestive issues.
Is there a lot of glyphosate in those parts?
Seed oils, too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's in the air and in the concrete, I think, just walking on it. Sorry, keep going. Skid Row. Yeah, I mean, that's just an example.
But, you know, say you're in Mexico, and you're driving your car, and then the police hold you at gunpoint for no reason. You're in a bad position.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah,
you don't know how fucked the rest of the world is until you've been in the rest of the world.
Right.
I mean, I'm a person who believes that most humans are good, and doesn't matter how poor the country is, right? You go to a random ass tribe in the middle of nowhere that's never seen civilization, you're still probably going to get along with them to a degree. Like, they're not likely just going to kill you, right? But
hopefully, yeah. I mean, there's two sides to that, right? Because you know, you see the videos of people doing that, and they go to those places and they like interact with these people, and it's all good and friendly. But then I've also heard stories about people going and, like, you know, backpacking around some foreign country, right, and then they get decapitated for no reason.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard to say, like, what's the norm. I've never gone and done that, so I can't say what the norm is, you know?
It's true.
What there's more of or less of.
So you're learning all this shit about... Yeah, I mean, when you were telling me about this stuff years ago, I was like... Part of me was like, yeah, you know, you're probably right, but also, what are we going to do about it? And part of me was like, you also sound like schizo, you know? You sounded crazy. And the fact that it's in the news now, right? It's And I will say, there's shit that you said would happen by now that also didn't happen. I think you were talking about like a war or something.
Well, that's on the way. That's on the horizon.
Okay. See, this is... See, my brain's already like red flagging it, like...
Of course. Well, see, the thing...
Because it's not going to help me...
Right.
To think about it, right?
Exactly. So, and that's the thing, right? Is like, when... As a conspiracy theorist, right? When you present information to people that they don't want to hear, it's like usually a mental block. It's like denial, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like instant denial. And people are just like, oh, you're crazy. That's a conspiracy, da-da-da,
right.
until it happens. And then people look back and they're like, oh, you said that like a few years ago. And you're like, yeah, but, you know...
Well, what's crazy, it takes years.
Yeah, it does.
So, I mean, did you feel for a while like alone? Like you were, like no one was listening to you? Maybe besides Schmelin and a few other people?
Yeah, you know, it's hard. It's hard to connect with people who are thinking about completely different things. Especially like...
People who are like, I want the latest iPhone.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are very like consumer minded.
I fucked 3 guys and I got a UTI.
Yeah.
I got BV.
Yeah.
Or I fucked 3 chicks and my dick itches. And then you're just like, dude, the world's ending. Like, you gotta put this into perspective.
Yeah, right. And in my mind, during that time, it was during all the vaccine stuff, right? And here I am thinking, the government just injected 80% of everyone with literally nanotech poison, and nobody gives a fuck about it,
dude.
And it was all I could think about. It was literally like they're killing everyone, and nobody is even aware.
Damn, dude.
You know?
But, like, what if it's, like, nanotech shit that turns us into cyborgs and you grow, like, a second wiener or something like that? Just saying.
Could.
But that sounds, I mean, that sounds terrifying. It sounds like you were in a movie that was, like, post-apocalyptic, but you were watching it happen.
Yeah. That's how it felt, honestly. I just felt like I knew what was going on, but like I said, there was like nothing I could do about it. I didn't understand what could be done.
Right.
And now it's like I kind of see there's a path. There's like things we could do to change the world for the better.
Yeah.
Now that more people are aware, especially of what's going on.
Is there hope, Gabe?
I think there is hope.
Okay.
And that's why I'm on this podcast with you. Talking about this.
Dude. And if you're listening, Gabe and I are naked. Butt naked. But besides the point, do you think the world isn't ending, but right? People talk about humans are going extinct. I listened to Zach Bush. He's like a doctor. He's talking about the birth rate decline around the world, which isn't just starting. It's been going on for the past 50 years. And he says and even like Musk talks about it. He says that's a sign of a mass extinction event. So do you think maybe the pedophilic aliens that run the world or whatever do you think they're doing all this shit because they know the world's ending, and so they're just like, well, fuck it, let's just be evil? Or are they causing the humanity collapse? Or
so
Are we? Is it a transition?
I'd like to be clear. I don't think the world is ending.
Right.
I don't think that they think the world is ending. I think that they have a power structure that they're trying to uphold. Right? And I think that there's different ways that they're going to go about it. I think, and here's a prediction, guys. In the next few years, we're going to see another world war and or an alien invasion, whether that's real or faked. I think that that's on the horizon in the next literally 2, 3, 4 years. And I think the point of those things is going to be, number one, to reduce the population and exhibit more control. So both of those things are important to maintain their power structure. A lot of people are going to be replaced with, AI, robots, etc. There's a lot of useless eaters. That's their words, by the way.
Is that like a consumer of food?
Yeah, exactly.
And
people who don't provide any value to society, they just consume.
Right.
And those people are useless to them. They don't have a place on Earth. So
interesting. Okay, so while you're talking about this, let's give us the 5-year, 10-year, you had accuracy back 5 years ago. What should we know now that you think is going to happen, that you really think is going to happen, besides the alien invasion and the potential world war? Is it one or the other or both?
So it's going to start, I think, with the world war, and it might result in the invasion. So the thing is like, with the invasion, I don't know, number one, if aliens are actually real or not. I can't say because I've never seen one in real life, right? Because seeing is believing.
Oh, you're looking at one right now.
But what I can say is that I stumbled upon a document from 1871.
Ooh.
It's a letter.
God damn.
Between, Albert Pike.
Ooh.
And Giuseppe Mazzini, I believe was the other guy's name.
Yeah.
So
these
you guys
are definitely real people, everybody.
Yeah, you guys should look this up. Actually, if you haven't read this, there's a letter between them, and it talks about the world wars and how they would come about. And it's crazy because World War I and World War II were accurately predicted in this letter from 1871. And this one of these guys was Illuminati, and the other one was like a Freemason. Okay?
Illuminati goes back to 1871.
Yes. Dude, the rabbit hole's deep. But anyways.
Oh, fuck.
So World War III, they talk about how World War III is going to be between an Islamic state and a Zionist state. And if we actually look at what's going on right now with Iran and Israel, those fit the bill.
Fuck.
So if you guys haven't checked that out, go look that up.
But can't that just be AI generated or made up?
Could be. But it's in
what if that was generated to get people like you and me to be okay with, because it's predicted, so it's gonna happen, so we're not gonna protest, we're just gonna it's in the cards. What if it's all a psyop to get us to agree to a world war so that whoever wants to start fighting can make their money?
That could be true.
Fuck,
it's hard to say.
Yeah,
really, you don't know what's real or what's fake unless you see it with your own eyes. And I think that what they want is for us to believe things without actually seeing them, and also to question,
which is faith, isn't
the
it?
things that we see. So like with the rise of AI and stuff, it's like anything could be fake. So now the things you see might not be real, so you should question everything you even see.
Right.
And
Question your
that leads
reality.
to a society full of confused individuals. And confusion is a form of control.
I agree. Do you think alien invasion, or do you think they're just coming? Do you think it's going to be malicious?
Well,
or like they're just going to show up and be like, hey?
I don't know, because I don't know what their objective is with it. So I don't know if they're going to do that to take people out and reduce the amount of the population, or if it's just a big show to get everyone to agree to a one world government, right? So there's things.
Oh my God, that'd be a great psyop, a great lie to get everyone unified under one government.
Right.
Which you would think, okay, yeah, there's aliens out there. Let's all work together. We're all one big Earth family. But then the downside is, right, the fourth industrial revolution, Big Brother, 1984.
Right.
Like, you're now all the collective and you've lost your freedom.
Yeah.
And so if you act in a way that the collective disagrees, then you're fucked.
Yep.
Okay, bro. Tim would have a riot talking to you because he's a big fan of. There's a book he always talks about the fourth industrial revolution, and it scares the shit out of him. He is terrified of AI. Like, I remember when we first started checking out AI, like ChatGPT. I had ChatGPT generate a picture for a podcast episode, and he fucking freaked out.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, what else? So, okay, World War III, potentially aliens. So what do we need to know, or is it better that we don't know? Because knowing what you know now, right, you knew some shit back then, fucked you up, didn't really benefit you so much, but how do you think people should use this information?
So I think that you should use this information to practice gratitude in your own life.
Gay.
Call it what you want, but
I mean,
tomorrow is never guaranteed, and a lot of people don't think about that.
Yeah.
And I think that the way that you can enjoy life is to be grateful for every present moment, because guys, like, the stability that we have day to day is so taken for granted for. Like, people are like miserable in their everyday life, but they don't realize like how much worse it could be. Like, your car could be blown up by a bomb, and like that would be a bad day.
That's a good thought to think about.
Everybody
think about that.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you
think about that every day for the rest of your life. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All be grateful for the lives that you live, and you should be grateful for your body, the functions that your body currently has. Like, if you can run, if you can do a push-up, if you can do a handstand, like, you should be grateful for that.
Right.
Because, say you lost a limb, like, how different your life would be.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that in periods of uncertainty, like right now, you should just focus on being grateful for what you have, and you know, take risks in your life and do the things that you know, might doubt yourself about. Like, quit your job and pursue something, you know? Like, that's all I have to say about that, really, is just like,
quit your job, everybody. Because they're going to fire you. Because AI is coming.
Or the aliens will invade and you won't have your job anyways.
Damn, dude. I hope when the aliens come that I get to be there when that she-alien comes and my wiener's inside of her. You know what I'm saying? Because, think about it.
So
how cool would that be to fuck an alien, dude?
Is it okay because the alien's more intelligent than you?
I hope she's more intelligent than me, dude. Intelligence turns me on, dude. So if she starts pulling out the quadratic formula.
Do you know that dolphins are more intelligent?
Yeah, and I want to fuck. Never mind. Just a little e.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
Okay. So it's almost the same as when you first told me about all this shit. It's like you say it and my brain's like, I don't believe it, but I believe it. But I don't know. I don't know how to say this. Well, okay. Have you heard of this idea that Michael Jackson was like fucking ostracized after he was dead, which I don't even think that was possible, but for like having whatever, he had like sleepovers or something. I heard recently that he was saving children from getting into the like trafficking and shit like that. So it's like, what do we not know, right? Because it's like, what if there's, I mean, well, you can't ever know it all. And I don't even want to try and know it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, a lot of the people that they paint negatively in the media are not as bad as they say they are. And a lot of people that are involved in that information being spread are actually worse, right? And a lot of what's in the media is just total lies, to be honest.
Right.
Like, you should just never trust any news outlet, because even the stuff that they're reporting accurately on, it's like a sliver of what's actually happening. And they've taken that sliver of information, presented it to you, and now you have formed an opinion on a piece of the story, right, instead of the entire story, right? So, yeah, I mean, even the news that's just like bits and pieces, you shouldn't take it as absolute truth, because there's a whole story always. So, like with Michael Jackson, who knows what was actually going on? But I don't think he was a bad guy.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. Resident conspiracy theorist, expert on conspiracy theories, which are turning out to just be facts.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen to Michael Jackson without feeling weird for like years, dude. I was like, I love Michael Jackson. Music's awesome, right? It's like, I don't think someone who produces such good music, but then again, Hitler had some awesome art. So actually his art was kind of depressing.
You know, have you heard the AI translated speeches of his?
Mm-mm.
You should look those up. Or just take like right, an old, like, you know, one of his things that you know how he would just like speak in front of a bunch of people and go on his rants, and it sounds angry and you hear it, but it's always in German.
Yeah.
You should.
And I'm just, in my mind, I'm just hearing him say like some crazy ass
Yeah,
shit.
like the worst things ever because it just sounds so angry because it's German.
Right.
But no, you should take one of those and AI translate it. But don't do it through ChatGPT. Do it through like something that's less regulated, because ChatGPT is actually a very censored model, I would say, compared to other AIs.
Makes
So
sense.
like a lot of like I use a bunch of different AI models when I'm like for different things. Like anything that has to do with YouTube, I use Gemini. Like YouTube or content creation. Anything that has to do with X or news, I use Grok. Anything that has to do with basic everyday first world problems, I use ChatGPT.
So you're a fan of AI.
I am. Yeah, I use it.
So that's interesting. It's surprising you wouldn't be like against it because it's a...
No, because you can't be against things that are new, because then you get left in the dust, right? That's like that boomer mentality.
Well, my cousin always says it because I have a grandmother who refused to learn how to use a computer, and year after year, my parents tried and she just refused, and now she's just isolated. She can't, and my cousin would always be like, Sean, you can't be like mama. You can't. You have to learn how to use this AI stuff. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. I mean, what is survival based on? Adaptation. And we live in such a fast changing world. If you're not adapting, then you just won't survive eventually.
But you could survive like on your own, grow your own food, right? Can't you? And so couldn't you
but
theoretically go away from the changing times and just stay in the...
You know what would make all that really easy? AI.
What? Oh, living on your own?
Yeah, living on. Yeah,
no, for real. Like,
because there's a lot of stuff that you
language
just don't
learning
know.
models. I think that's important. Like when people say AI, people just think of like a cloud of that thinks for you, but it's like you could put AI on your... without Wi-Fi, like you can put AI on your computer as a language learning model that can think.
Totally.
Which is a tool.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they have offline ones that you can download. So
you're saying gratitude is the antidote to the evil forces in the world, which is probably what Jesus would say. So you are a prophet, and I would just like to say I was the first one to say it. So when we make a religion surrounding Gabe, and in 3,000 years people are worshiping Gabe, who died on the cross for our sins to save us from the elite, the alien chihuahuas that run the world.
Please don't kill the messenger.
Gabe is not suicidal, everybody.
I would not kill myself.
No, I don't think you would be killed. I think the most likely thing that would happen, and I've talked about this with you before, you would be adopted by the elite. The Illuminati would be like, well, since you know everything, you want to just join us?
Well, see, that's the thing, right? Is usually that's how it happens. So like somebody who knows a lot, like, okay, say this podcast goes viral, and say I start getting eyes on my message, even though I'd say my message is pretty mediocre right now. Eventually I would be approached and offered some deal, right?
Infinite power.
Yeah, I
money,
mean, who knows
women.
Yeah, right. It would be money. It would be
children blood.
We won't jail you. We won't kill you. Just don't talk about this. Right. And that,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
No, that's what happens. That's really what happens.
Wow.
Like, that's, if you become influential, they eventually approach you. So who knows if that's in my future? We'll see on the virality of this.
Dude. Then you really will know what's going on. Then you can give us like the 15-year plan. It's something really dumb. It's like, They're turning the streets into macaroni. Oh. It's like the guy who runs everything is just actually like insane, and the whole evil shit with like eating children and shit is just leading up to like making the water fountains have Coca-Cola coming out or something weird. No, I'm just kidding. Just trying to lighten up the mood here. God damn.
It's like Idiocracy when they start watering the plants with Gatorade.
Oh, is it? I don't know. Is it a movie?
You've never seen that movie?
No.
You should watch that movie. It's hilarious.
But yeah. So why do you think this exists in the first place?
What? The power structure?
Yeah, and yeah. Oh, sure. I mean, yeah. What do you think? Why do you think the power structure exists? So you're saying they want control.
Yeah.
And
so I'd say,
well, and how do you control people? Fear is the only way to control. So it does make sense. Like you're saying gratitude, because if people are grateful for their life, they're no longer living in fear.
Right.
And so it's like, you're only going to stay at the job you hate because you're afraid. You're only going to stay in the relationship you hate because you're afraid. You're not going to grow, or you're not going to challenge yourself because you're afraid. And so if you start being grateful, then you can start believing in yourself. And what's crazy is it almost seems like it's like Jesus said, a mustard seed. It only takes a mustard seed to like completely ruin their whole scheme, you know? Which is, I mean, when I say it out loud, it kind of just sounds like we're pathetic. Like the fact that we're letting this happen, right? Or that we're so lacking of faith that this could have even started in the first place.
The power structure exists because there's so many people.
Like overpopulation on Earth, or just so many?
Yeah, I would just say that there's so many people in existence in general that they have to attempt to control everyone, because I mean, obviously, number one, they don't want complete chaos, which could be possible, but then again, it's like, I think that humanity as a whole has advanced to a point where that wouldn't be the case. Like, say the control went away, right? I think that the communities would eventually coexist without the chaos, right? But I think also the people at the top want to live the most extravagant, unlimited life possible. And the only way to do that is to exploit everyone underneath. So like, you know the term the saying have yachts and have nots? Like, so
I'm not rich enough to understand that.
Okay, so
no,
like,
just kidding.
There's people who have yachts. They're the rich, the ultra elite.
Oh, the haves and the have-nots. Yeah,
the haves and the have-nots.
The Tale of Two Cities.
It's have yachts and
right.
have nots.
It was the best of times and the worst of times.
Yeah. So, like, in order for those people to live the way they want to live, they have to exploit all the normal people.
Right.
The goyim.
What's that mean? Goyim?
The goyim. The goys.
I'm pretty sure that's like a brand that sells beans.
No, that's Goya.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
That's Goya.
Yeah.
But no, it's if you know, you know.
Explain. What's Goyim?
Dude, the Goyim. Okay, so all right, let's run it back. So we're talking about the coming of World War III between Israel and Iran. So Israel is a major player in the power structure. I thought
it was... Is Palestine in Iran?
No.
I don't understand geography.
So
they're fighting Palestine right now.
Palestine is like bordered with Israel. I'm pretty sure. I've never been to the Middle East. I've never really studied the geography. I do know that that Israel like wiped out a lot of that area and all the people in it. But Israel, mostly Jewish. There's like a lot of like in the media, everyone's saying, "Oh, it's the Jews," right? Or not in the media, in social media, people are saying, "Oh, it's the Jews. They're in control of everything." There's more than just the Jews in control of everything, guys. I just want to say that. But anybody who's not Jewish to the Jewish, they call them Goyim. It's Goyim. I'm surprised you've never heard that.
I've heard Gentile.
Yeah, so
the same thing.
It's basically the same thing. It's like the Goyim are like equivalent to the beasts. Like they're not equal to the Jewish people.
Baby,
so
I'm a beast.
You know, the goys, the goys are like all the people who work slave jobs to keep the power structure going. You know. And no, I mean, you know, I'm not anti-Semitic. Don't Charlie Kirk me, please.
No, you got to do a lot more.
You got to do a lot more to get kirked. No, it's true.
He was going ham.
As long as I don't get like stadiums of people together, I think I'll be all right.
Okay, so the Goyim. Or were you going to go back? You said you're going back. What do you mean by that? You were going to go back to like where that word originates from? Or you were just talking about, I don't know. Dude, I don't know. You're blowing my mind right now.
We were talking about the power structure. So, yeah, I mean, see, the thing about all the social media algorithms, guys, is they purposely fry your attention spans. So here we were talking about like 3 different things and we went on tangents. And now we're like, oh, what were we talking about? Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, YouTube Shorts, for frying our brains.
Well, I mean, you could see it that way. I just think Gabe and I are on another level of intellect where we can connect so many things. Because Gabe's talking to me, but he's also probably thinking about 3 other things right now.
It's true.
So that's kind of crazy, man. Let's go back to aliens. Okay, you've mentioned potential abductions in your family. Do you wish to share? You don't have to mention what member of the family.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird when one of your family members walks inside with like blood all over his shirt and he's in a daze and it's like super early morning. Doesn't know what's going on. Could have been.
Sounds like he got in a fight. Sounds like
someone punched him in the face. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Yeah. But he said that he just didn't remember going outside at all. And I'm like, okay. But who knows? Maybe he was drinking or under the influence or something like that. I don't know if aliens are real because I haven't seen them. So hard to say, right? But we might see some soon.
What do you think about this idea that aliens have already influenced humanity?
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of evidence of that. If you look at like ancient South American hieroglyphs, Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Like even, I always say this, even the Hawaiians, right? There was at the top of Mauna Kalavai, Kila Wahine, which was a lizard goddess. Now it's kind of vague, the exact mythos, but they would, like the elite, the chief would climb up the top of the volcano to communicate with the gods. And why go up? Why go to the top of something? Mount Olympus. It's like maybe there's something, maybe if there's a spacecraft, you can easily land it up there.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I don't know.
True. Like the overwhelming evidence, right, of all the ancient civilizations being in contact with some other species, which influenced them technologically, the structures that they made and the recordings that they have in their stones. Like, I'm sure that they are real, but I just haven't seen one. So it's like, seeing is believing. I mean, we're back to that. But there is a lot of evidence that says, yeah, they visited the ancient civilizations, and who knows? Maybe the last 100 years was all just, reverse engineering alien tech. There's always that possibility.
Are you excited about the future? Or are you just concerned about surviving?
Little of both.
Because it's wild. I mean, it's like when I first met Gabe, it was very much the same. Like you'd say stuff like this, and we kind of connected because we both had a understanding of certain like nutrition topics, kind of health topics and shit like that. But you didn't have the evidence, and now you have the evidence. Like, to me, it's like you said some shit. You said a lot of shit, and some of the crazy stuff. It's like there being an island where they're taking kids and all this stuff. I don't know if you said the exact guy. I don't know if you were like Epstein, but you talked about like famous people who were doing crazy ass shit, like child sacrificing or drinking blood, like adrenochrome and that shit.
Yep.
But I wasn't. It was like, okay, this is interesting to hear about, but this is just a fun conversation. But now it's like we're here, and some of that shit's in the news. So so how much of that shit isn't even in the news yet? And now you're talking about this shit that you think is going to happen. And now you have so much more validity to, or at least just your ideas, even as out there as they sound, now have like, I have to believe them slightly, or some version of them.
Mm-hmm. Once you connect all the dots, it's pretty easy to see where things are going.
Is it good?
I mean, so eventually, I think it will be. I think that if you can survive the next 15 years, the future will be bright. I think that okay, like Elon Musk talks about this, right? Where he envisions this future of ultimate abundance. Like, you don't have to work. Robots do all the work for everybody.
Right.
Everybody gets, everybody has enough. Anything you want is a click away, right? You can just get things. There's enough for everyone, right? But the only way that's possible is if there's way less people. So,
But Elon Musk is kind of... I remember listening to an episode where he was talking about he thinks there needs to be more people.
right. To support the current map, I would say. If you look at the places where the societies are super nice, like, gosh, I'm trying to think of like how to word this. Like, I don't know if Chicago would exist anymore in that future that he envisions. You see what I'm saying? Like, Dubai will be there. The people in Dubai will be fine. Their lives will be great. Will Chicago exist? Could it exist in that reality? You see what I'm saying? This reality that's envisioned?
Yeah, kind of.
Could a place like Chicago even still exist? There's so, like, okay, you've been to Chicago, right?
No, I love deep dish pizza though.
So, dude, Chicago is like, it's a shithole. I mean, it's ghetto, it's dangerous. Falling apart. I mean, it's like a place where a lot of people are living miserable lives. How could you change that entire place?
I mean, how do you know that their lives are miserable? Just because it'd be miserable for you? Or
no,
there's just a lot of suffering there.
Yeah, like, it's just a place with a lot of poverty.
Okay.
People are barely making it by. There's violence in the streets between people. It's gloomy, dark, rains a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I've been to a lot of America. I've seen all but maybe 10 states. So I kind of like understand how places are. So yeah. That's why I really think that this this whole like World War III thing is going to play out, because it's going to lead to like a cleansing per se.
Damn.
So find a nice spot and hang out there. You'll probably be safe.
That's crazy.
We're in a nice spot, Sean.
All right. If you had 3 pieces of advice to give the renegades that are listening, based off of your own experiences, diving down the rabbit hole, coming out of the rabbit hole, living life again, going too far into the rabbit hole, going, all that stuff you talk about. What do you got?
So besides gratitude, focus on your health. You should always be pursuing your best self, physically, mentally, and emotionally, but that comes as a result of your habits, right? Exercising every single day, I think, is so important. First thing I do every day is I move. Like, you have to move, whether you do push-ups or you go run or you surf or you swim or walk. I mean, even just going for a walk in the morning is so good. And only fill your body with things that come from nature. I think that when you...
Weed, coca, cocaine, deadly nightshade,
whatever floats your boat.
Don't do the deadly nightshade. I'll kill you.
Random mushrooms you find outside in the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat just all of those.
Lead ore. Straight from the Mata. Straight from Mata Earth.
Just take a handful of dirt. Eat it.
Lightning. Just open your mouth, baby. Yeah. Get on the roof. Eat that shit.
Basically,
that's pure energy from the fada. From the fada in the sky.
Don't focus on the negativity.
No, so don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, don't listen to this podcast at all.
They're at the end.
Get off your fucking phone and do some push-ups right now.
Dude, that's like the best advice you could give anybody.
Yeah.
Get off your phone and do some push-ups.
Yeah. No, honestly, because I think that... Sorry. I think that people get stuck inside too often. People get stuck consuming content. People get stuck going down the rabbit hole, right? And if you just do that your whole life, then you're gonna die. Like, you are killing yourself with stress, lack of movement, negative emotion. All of those things are just like leading to your demise. So doing things that make you more alive are what you should focus on. And, be productive. Create instead of consume. That's my advice to anybody who is stuck in the rabbit hole, spending hours reading the Epstein files. It already happened, guys. Be aware that things like that happen in the world and do something about it instead of stressing about its existence.
Amen. And I would add something. I think just being aware and knowing that it's wrong.
Yes.
Does way more than you think. Because if you believe in God, or you believe in something, and you see something and you say, well, I don't like that. I don't prefer that. That's step one.
Yep.
And then the next step is pray about it and realize, well, you probably aren't going to go and infiltrate the government and find all those fuckers that are insane. So the next step is have faith that it's knowing that it's not ideal. Have faith that it's working out, and then do what you, like what Gabe's saying, do what you can do. Fuck yeah, Gabe.
I mean, and let's wrap this back up full circle. As Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh, fuck, dude. We have to end it there, dude. That was the best fucking end. Renegade Supreme out. Dude, that was fucking sick.